Hi guys, and welcome back. And first of all, I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So basically, this video is going to be like a review of my channel in obviously 2022, and then we'll talk about the 2023 sort of aspirations and goals and where I'm going to go with my future videos in 2023, obviously. So it's going to be a bit more for subscribers, this sort of video, and just people who are kind of more into my videos. If you are fairly new to this channel, it could be good for you as well to see where this channel is going to head towards, and obviously if you do want to subscribe. So right now we're at 525 subscribers on my channel, and I think we had about sort of 60 to 70,000 views this year. So looking over our sort of top videos that we had for this year, obviously the RTX 3050 unboxing was sort of the big one, and I think I've got over 21, maybe 22,000 views on that now, which is obviously really good. And you know, that really obviously helped my channel at the sort of start of the year, or fairly near the start of the year. I think it was about March or April when I did that sort of video, and it was good, you know, and I did feel quite proud of that sort of video that I did, and thought it came out fairly well, and it got quite a good response, like I said. So that was good to obviously sort of lift up the channel and help it. There's been other sort of videos, like I think there's the Gigabyte H610 motherboard, the 2SH or S2H or something, and that was quite good as well, which is the 12th gen Intel, and obviously the 12100F obviously as well. That video was fairly well received, and there was an NZXT H510 Airflow one, or the Flow one, that obviously quite well received as well. And obviously the RX 6600 has been sort of more the latest one, which has done pretty well. So it has been quite good in terms of the growth on the channel. Unfortunately, it hasn't been as much growth as what I really wanted it to be, but you know, it is growing, the channel, and things are getting there. You know, and I do think there is more future in this channel, and like I say, I do really want to produce videos into 2023 for you guys that you're really going to respond to, and obviously you're really going to like. What I see at the moment with this channel, where I want to go with it anyway, is I do want to try and do more PC flips and more sort of PC builds, and then obviously sort of flipping those builds and what have you. However, has been quite slow actually for me. I don't know why. When it's certainly towards Christmas, it's been a bit odd. I really was expecting a lot more sort of people buying up my PCs and stuff that I actually did list either on Facebook or eBay, and for some reason they haven't been selling, which is a bit odd. But especially with it being Christmas, or getting round to Christmas, but it is where it is. And I mean, I think obviously the economy isn't in the best shape at the moment, unfortunately, especially in the UK, and we are where we are with PC tech at the moment. You know, and obviously the prices are going lower and lower, and obviously people who didn't actually have a PC before have probably brought their gaming PC now. So there is obviously factors there, you know, playing. Obviously, from a buying point of view, it's a great market at the moment. I'd certainly say if you're in the market to buy components or buy PCs and what have you, this is the time to sort of get in there, because there's a lot of bargains out there. However, selling isn't quite as great, and generally I find you know, the price isn't quite as high as probably what you'd want from it as well when you're selling it. So it's a buyer's market at the moment for sure, but it is where it is. And I think going into 2023 there will be sort of more PC flips, because that's why I'm going to be sort of more aiming my stuff towards. But I will be heavily on the graphics cards as well, because that's where I've got most of my kind of subscribers and sort of like interest of this channel from. So I think that's where I'm going to head down. Obviously it's a new year, so I'll be testing quite a few, well, maybe not new games, but sort of I'll be testing graphics cards in 2023 with some of the modern games. So I will try and get, I think Warzone 2 is probably the one I want to get. Obviously, it's a free game, so I can just download that file and put that on. That's not a problem. I do want to try and get the Marvel Spider-Man new one. I think it's Miles Morales or something, I think it's called. But yeah, I was thinking about buying that one, but obviously it's £40, so obviously I'll think about it. I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, I mean, obviously that's one thing I do want to say as well. From a financial point of view, it's okay. You know, I do have money coming in and what have you, but I do want to kind of keep it a little bit more budget at the moment, and keep obviously costs down, because unfortunately this channel isn't actually making any money currently, and there's only so much I want to keep putting money into this sort of channel before it actually grows. I want to kind of really feel that there's a real potential to grow further before I start putting more and more money into it, because I don't really want to at the moment be spending too much money, because obviously of my personal situation, but also, if the views aren't as high as what I want them to be, then it's difficult to invest that money into to really go forward. So yeah, I mean, there will be more older graphics cards, and it will be sort of more tailored towards the older hardware, obviously. But this is more of a budget channel, so it will be looking more of the budget hardware. So that does help in one way in terms of keeping costs down. Because obviously, if you're looking at the high end stuff, you're going to have to pay a lot of money for that, or you're going to have to get it delivered to you and work with the manufacturers and what have you. But unfortunately, I'm not in that position where I can sort of work with the manufacturers and stuff. I mean, there's not enough exposure onto this channel, unfortunately, and I'm not up to that size of being that sort of YouTuber yet, unfortunately. I mean, it would be a really great dream one day to actually have that, and to actually be that sort of size of YouTuber, to actually attract sponsors, or potentially, companies working with me and send products to me and what have you. That's obviously the dream, but we're not there yet. So we just got to keep going and keep believing in ourselves, really. And I really just need your support, and need your backing to really help me to build this channel. So I mean, overall, and I will put, I think I've probably put B-roll into this video of previous videos that I've had and what have you. And overall, I do think it has been a fairly successful year this year, and I am fairly happy with what I've produced this year. I probably haven't produced as many videos as I would have liked, and I do think next year I've got to be a little bit more intentional in terms of really hitting at least one video per week, and I really do want to consistently hit one video per week next year. And like I say, starting from the new year, when you'll see a new video out from me, probably in the first week or so, maybe the second week at latest. But certainly the first few videos will be concentrated towards the graphics cards, as I said, and then we'll move on to other stuff. And I do want to obviously look at the new hardware, and that is something I do want to look at. It's just unfortunate that the AM5 was just something I really want to look at. It's just been far too expensive, and even now I look at it and I think it's too much money. It's just, unfortunately, you're looking at about nearly 500 odd. I still can't believe it. 500 odd pounds just for a CPU and motherboard. Yeah, it is just crazy money, unfortunately. But we are where we are with it, and the AM4 stuff is still obviously appealing, and there seems to be enough people who like that. Obviously, the Intel's actually doing a fairly good job of keeping their prices down at the moment and keeping quite competitive, and even on the graphics card side looks quite interesting. Again, that's something I might look at in terms of their, I think it's A3 370 or something. I don't know. I'll put it down below. But yeah, the Intel Arc GPUs is something I would like to look at. But and it's A770. That's it. Overall, like I say, I'm just really thankful of you guys subscribing and liking my videos, and I do think 2023 will be a really good year for me, and I am looking forward to it. And I hope you will be on the journey with me too. So here's to a better year, and here's to more growth on this channel, and here's obviously for good health and prosperity to obviously you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this year, and I'll see you guys next year. Take care, guys. Bye bye.